Stop treating your music career like a lottery ticket.
I know, that hits hard, especially if you've been waiting for that big break. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The era of being discovered is over. Algorithms don't reward waiting, they reward movement. A viral moment can't build your future. Just like you wouldn't build a house on quicksand. I met an insanely talented songwriter once. She pinned everything on one song, and a month later, back at zero. And yeah, you might be thinking, what if I'm the exception? Honestly, the odds are lower than the lottery. You deserve better. So let's pause and start building with strategy, because the industry didn't get harder, it got invisible. Most independent artists are running a 20th century business inside a 21st century network. Think about it. You pour months into making a track, then toss it into a digital ocean, hoping it floats. No infrastructure, no leverage, just hoping the black box picks you. But here's the twist. Today's platforms are the ultimate middleman. They own the data. They own the audience. So let's ask the real question. Instead of asking, how do I get more streams? The real question is, how do I capture, compound, and own attention? Attention isn't just views, it's retention. It's a product term. It means, do people come back? Do they engage? Do they actually care? Think of compounding like finance, small inputs that grow over time. If you're only dropping songs, you're missing narrative. And narrative is what creates memory. You've binged a series before, not because of one episode, but because the world pulled you back. That's the shift. Stop chasing moments. Start building systems where attention compounds. This is where the artist as a media startup framework begins. And systems always start with identity. And this is where it gets real. You have to start thinking like a founder. In the startup world, product market fit is life or death. In music, context is your product market fit. There's a technical word for this: positioning. Without it, your music is just noise and the algorithm. With it, you become a signal, distinct, memorable, hard to copy. When Billie Eilish launched, it wasn't just songs. It was a world. Aesthetic, narrative, identity. The music was the flagship product, not a whole company. And you might be thinking, I'm not a business person. Every artist who matters today is also a founder of a story, of a world. Your music is entry level. Your identity is the asset. Once your identity is clear, execution becomes obvious. Most artists follow the same waterfall model. Disappear, create in silence, drop a song, hope. In software, this is called waterfall. And startups learn the hard way. It doesn't work. They ship, they learn, they evolve. In public, your song isn't just a product. It's the seed of a narrative project. One release can become experiments, behind the scenes, process, context. There are two concepts here: content velocity and engagement funnel. Velocity is how often you show up with meaning. The funnel is how deep people go. Each piece should pull them closer, not reset the relationship. This doesn't kill the mystique. It creates memory. And memory is how listeners become a community. But none of this compounds if you don't own the infrastructure. Right now, platforms like Spotify and TikTok are aggregators. They control the data. They control the economics. Most dangerously, they control the relationship. That means you rent attention, and rented attention is fragile. Here's the technical term that matters: asset traceability. Imagine every piece of content you create as something you can track, own, and leverage. Blockchain isn't about speculation. It's about verifiable ownership of your work. When you rely only on platforms, you're invisible in the system. When you build infrastructure, you gain sovereignty. Ownership isn't hype. It's insurance against algorithmic storms. And this is where audience turns into something else. Because an audience watches, but a community participates. That difference changes everything, because participation creates leverage. In tech, there's a term for this: network effects. It just means this: each real connection makes the whole system stronger. One fan is support. 10 connected fans is momentum. I've seen artists grow slowly, but invite people into the process. By the time they released, those fans weren't just listeners. They were collaborators. And yes, that feels risky. What if no one shows up? That risk is the difference between resetting every release and compounding a career. So how do you actually operationalize all of this? Not with motivation, with a simple 90-day framework. 3 phases: audit, build, launch. First, audit your identity. What do you stand for beyond your sound? Clarity is magnetic. Second, build infrastructure before the next release. Your own channel, your own system, your own connection to people. Third, launch a narrative, not just a track. Every piece feeds the next. Yes, it's work. But sustainable careers aren't built on miracles. They're built on systems. If you're serious about this, about treating your art like a real business, comment this below: I'm a founder. And tell me what's blocking you right now. Time, tech, money, or clarity? This series is just the foundation. Every episode breaks down one pillar of building your own media company. Not a starving artist, a founder with leverage. Don't just watch, participate. The real work starts in the comments. Subscribe if you're done gambling with your career and ready to start building.